Okay, good morning, everyone. We'll start our meeting of the policy board meeting of the Orange County Transportation Council. It's 10 a.m., December 13th, 2022. Call the meeting to order, and like maybe we'll just all introduce ourselves. I'm Harry Poor, Deputy County Executive.
Alan Thornton, Commissioner of Planning and Field Director.
Gary Spears, Town of Deer Park.
Mike Sweeten, Town of Warwick.
Hunter Villa, Village of Walden. Jason Morris, City of Newburgh.
Jacob Toledo, City of Middletown.
Tony Cardone, Town of Monroe.
Scott Manley, Town of Newburgh.
I'm Sandra Jobson with New York State Department of Transportation.
Lauren Bennett, OCTC staff.
Rob Harrington, Orange County Planning.
Raina Tawil.
Orange County Department of Planning.
Travis Ewald, Orange County DPW.
Okay, and we have on the board Charlie.
Yep, so I can just go down the line.
Okay.
Online, we have Andrea Nylon, who is with Vision Hudson Valley Pathways Committee. Charles Carnes with the Town of Crawford. Herb Litz. Herb, what's your agency?
Greenman Peterson, GPI. Good
Thank
morning.
you. Good morning. Nicole Farmer, NISDOT Region 8, Jessica Ridgway, OCTC staff, Jim Farr, City of Port Jervis, Michael Weeks, Town of New Windsor, you're representing?
That's correct.
O. Lauren with the MTA and David Lake with Mid Hudson South TCC, and Laura Ripley from New York State Thruway Authority. And I believe, Laura, you're our new representative for the Thruway.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
I'm not a voting proxy yet, but I will be in the coming months. Kristen Reznikoff still is.
Okay, well, thank you for coming. Welcome. Yeah. And then the last I have a number is 347-844-1149, which I believe is Mr. Gruber with the Village of Cures Joel.
Is that correct? We'll assume it is.
Yeah.
All right, and we have a quorum.
Yes, we do.
Okay, the first item of business is the opportunity for public comment. So if anyone has anything they'd like to say and share, they can do it now. Any public comment? Okay, hearing none, let's go on to number 3, which is accepting the meeting transcript from October 11th, 2022. Can I get a motion?
Move.
Second. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? It's accepted. All right, our first bit of business is the Orange County Transportation Council Resolution 2022-16, rescinding Resolution 2022-09, which was done at the September 7th meeting, I believe. Apportionment of the federal fiscal year 2022 Federal Transit Administration Section 5307, 5340 formula funds in the Mid-Hudson Transportation Management Area. And I'll ask Lauren to brief us on that.
Yes, so this resolution we presented at the November Planning Committee meeting. It rescinds Resolution 2209, which adopted the apportionment for the 2022 FTA, Section 5307 formula funds. If you remember, the attachment 1, we inadvertently pushed down the amounts, so we accidentally adopted the wrong amounts. So this is rescinding that resolution.
So it's a corrective. Nothing changes policy-wise or,
Nothing changes policy-wise.
okay. Can I have a motion to accept this resolution?
I'll second.
Second, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Okay, our next item of business is the Orange County Transportation Council Resolution 2022-17, apportionment of federal fiscal year 2022 Federal Transit Administration Section 5307, 5340 formula funds in the Mid-Hudson Transportation Management Area. And again, I'll ask Lauren for elucidation.
Yes, so this resolution adopts the correct apportionments in attachment 1.
Perfect.
Okay, are there anything else you want to add to that? Okay, can I have a motion, please?
I'll make it.
Second? Okay, any discussion?
I think this
Yes.
is just very quickly. I think
Yeah,
this is Alan and the commissioner and his team, they had to do some discussion before, not related to this resolution, to reallocate more funding to Orange County because it was misallocated. So I want to, I just want to commend them for doing that and looking at the numbers, studying them, and looking at the equation, making the argument, and the DOT's help. We got more money, and it was reappropriated. We thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Anyone else? Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? It's passed. All right, thank you. Okay, Arden.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Do you want to read it?
No, go ahead, Alan.
Okay. Orange County Transportation Resolution 2218 to amend 2301 to the Orange County Transportation Council fiscal 2023-27 Transportation Improvement Program. So this is a TIP amendment. 2301 includes 3 projects. There's PIN 800-225, which is New York 17A Longhouse Creek Bridge. It's a state project, so it does not affect our local program. The next one is PIN 876-287, North Street pedestrian safety improvements in the town of Crawford. We're adding a TAP project, so again, it will not affect the local program. And then last but not least is PIN 876-259, Scunnamunk Trail. We're adding 10.27 million to project and changing phases. We had it broken out, as you can see from the chart there, with right-of-way acquisition, construction, right-of-way incidental. Rather than all of that, where it's being lumped into a design construction type of project, which is more consistent with the FTA program criteria, and we're moving some of the pre-2023 funds to fiscal year 2023. The TIP amendment 2301 was introduced on November 29th Planning Committee meeting and is currently out for a 14-day public comment period, which ends today. We're asking the members to consider action on this amendment today, barring any significant public comments are received between now and the end of the day. The action will go through.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I just want to know if there's, I was asking Mike over here by myself, but I'll make
Yeah,
sure that
sure.
everyone's aware.
Yeah.
It's a major bridge for them, 17A. I'm not sure if they're taking consideration the possibility of future growth with changes, the same bridge for bridge, straight replacement, I'm not sure, but
You're talking about Route 17A?
yes.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the, the design, but, we have very strict design standards. So, however, if you're aware of some sort of future development or a master plan that exists.
That's what I was
with
asking Mike.
turn
No,
lanes-
no, there isn't. It's
Okay.
fairly wide there.
Okay.
I'm not sure there's room to do much more with it.
Okay. Are there any nearby intersections? I don't know.
There's an
some-
intersection that comes, a local road that comes in right next to it.
Sometimes I've seen this make bridges a little bit wider to accommodate a future left turn lane or something. But I know the project manager, so I can shoot him an email.
Well, Mike's happy, I'm happy.
Thanks.
Okay. But we try to do, they do a pretty thorough job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just ask Harry a question on
Sure.
the trail project? So the cost went up by 5 million? Is that what it is?
Alan?
Yes.
And that's coming from 5307. So again, it doesn't jeopardize transportation 5307 money.
That's correct. We've done a deep dive into the funding that we have available. We have more than enough to continue our programs. The project was originally estimated at 18 million. It's now estimated at 28 million. The estimate was 2 years ago. So part of that is inflation, but the other part of it is, I spoke at the last meeting, we were originally thinking about doing a 12-foot wide trail. We're now going to a 16-foot wide trail. It'll be a split use trail, dedicated bike lanes, 5-foot lanes in each direction, and then a pedestrian trail.
Just wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
So let me add that, thank you, Alan, and your staff for actually securing this money. It almost took away on us. And you were able to go in there and capture that and use it for this purpose. And also the enhancements to the trail that you suggested in the last couple of months I think really adds quite a bit to the quality of the project. Okay, we have a motion. and a second.
Harry, I have a question, please.
Yes, go ahead.
This is Olu from MTA. Did you say this project is out for public review or public comment? Am I correct to hear that?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, are you asking us to vote on the resolution right now? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. The question is, if at the end of the comment period, you have the public have a comment that may slow down or question to be resolved, and then you already asked us to approve right now, what's going to happen? For example, somebody come from the public and raise an issue that's affecting the progress of the project. That's just my question.
Yeah,
I think we'd have to bring it back to this board.
Yep.
Oh.
That's why we said, it's barring any significant public comment.
Okay, all right.
Thank you. Is there any other comment regarding this? Okay, and then all those in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Passes. All right, where are we now?
2219.
Okay, Orange County Transportation Council Resolution 2022-19, amendment number 20-14 of the Orange County Transportation Council Federal Year 2024 to 2024 Transportation Improvement Program. And again, for background, Lauren, please.
Yes, so there's one pin on this action. It's pin 806259, which is a NISDOT pin to resurface Interstate 84 to 87 interchange, or to resurface Interstate 84 from the Interstate 87 interchange to Route 32. So this project there's guide rail work that's being added to the scope, as well as an increase of funds to correspond with that new guide rail work. This was updated in the 2023 to 2027 TIP. So when that was adopted in October, this pin went through. The only issue is that the statewide transportation improvement program still has not been approved. And so in order, NISDOT asked us to take action on this because we do not want the project letting to be impacted based on the STIP approval. So that is why we're asking the members to take an action on this today.
Ask a question.
Absolutely.
So looking at this, 84 in the town of Newburgh, several miles will now not be done.
From town of Montgomery.
Right, because
all the
from
way through.
208 to the 84 to 87 intersection, now you're not going to repave it. So that's town of Montgomery and town of Newburgh. Several miles are not going to get repaved now.
That's a DOT project.
Resurface.
We changed the scope of the project, we just added guide rail to it.
It says resurface, it says right here, resurfaces to 84 from 208 to town of Montgomery to State Route 32, which is by 9W. And now it says 80 from interstate.
Okay, let me get clarification. Nicole, I thought the only change on this was so that we can obligate the funds. Was there, do you know offhand if there was a limit change on this project?
This is the one where they added the guide rail.
Yeah, I thought the limits only changed to incorporate the guide rail work. I didn't think that the paving limits changed. I would have to verify though.
We will verify, but the limits may be changing on here because for FHWA purposes, we have to include, you know, it has to do also with the guide rail. So let us go back and confirm the paving limits, but we're pretty sure the paving limits have not changed.
It may have to change the language because they're not doing guide rail for that section. just
Yeah.
this section.
Yeah.
It says resurface, so.
So,
It's surely needed. I
Yeah.
drive it every day. My God, it's
oh,
a
I
mess.
know, I can't wait for it to get
Yeah.
redone. We get a lot of complaints too, so it's a really good project. Okay, but we'll confirm the
Okay,
limits.
and it is going to include the ramps too, that need resurfacing.
I want to say 95% yes, because one of the ramps is so bad that I.
52 ramp.
Yes.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah.
Really
It's
bad.
so bad that I also asked the question and they suggested new ramps,
Okay.
okay? But I'll confirm both. We'll get
Yeah.
clear limits
Yeah,
and
this
which
change doesn't
ramps
show as
we're
much
doing.
resurface.
That'd be great.
Oh, that'd be great. if you did
Limits
that. Yeah.
and ramps. I'll send
So
that
can we
to
vote on
you.
this today as written and modify later on if there has to be a change? How do we do that?
You would have to come back for a new amendment.
Yeah, that would delay the letting.
All right, so we're going to assume then that all the things we spoke about are included.
Yeah.
And if not, then we'll come back. That way it won't impede the process.
So the resurfacing from 208 down instead of from 87 down.
And it looks like guardrails from 87 down to 9W.
Right. So I hope
Yeah.
that's the issue.
Yeah, the big thing is it looks like the resurfacing change.
And we don't
Right.
want to delay this letting
No.
regardless of what the limits are, because, there could be follow-up projects to do more, but we definitely want to get this out.
Can you let us know what the clarification is and Lauren will get it out to everybody? And we'll vote on it.
Oh, definitely. Nicole, in the meantime, just to save some time for me driving back to the office, can you just shoot Eric an email and confirm the limits of both the guide rail, the paving main line, and what ramps they're doing? Amy might know too. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, and can I have a motion to approve resolution 2022-19?
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Read passed. Good. All right, new business. Does anybody have some new business they'd like to bring forward? Lauren? I'm sorry.
We're tag team.
Okay, good.
We were proposing to do a presentation on the countywide resilience plan, which we've just wrapped up with WSP. There is a transportation element in there that we thought would be of interest to the board. But with that, we're just going to push that off back another month or two, just because we've been busy with a number of other projects. But it's a good report. There's some very good findings in there. There's some priority projects that are identified, and we'll, look forward to doing that presentation to the board. Wanted Lauren to provide an update on our meeting schedule because we are going to ask for some modifications coming up.
Yeah, so we usually meet the second Tuesday of the month. To give our staff more time to develop the UPWP, we usually ask the January meeting get pushed back. So we are proposing the January meeting on the 4th or 5th Tuesday of January, which would be January 24th or January 31st. The 4th or 5th Tuesday of January. So if anyone has major conflicts that they know of.
I'll be away both of them.
Okay.
I leave the 24th.
Okay.
Get Gil to come out here once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Get him a chauffeur.
Yeah, so we'll send out a meeting or an email afterwards, just verifying with everyone. But that's the planning committee meeting. So there is no in-person requirement for quorum. But for the policy board meeting, because the UPWP does have some time has to go out to the public for review, so we'll push that back as well. So we're looking at the 4th Tuesday in February, which would be February 28th, and that would require in-person quorum. So we will send out emails to everyone following this meeting, but please let us know if those times do not work.
Okay, any other new business for any of the members? I did attend a Stewart Airport Commission meeting recently, and I asked the MTA planning department to give a presentation about a possible rail connection to Stewart Airport. And if you'd like, I could have that same presentation made here at this meeting and at a future meeting. It's a very interesting presentation.
This is Salisbury Mills line, right?
What's that?
Salisbury Mills up.
Could be, there's a couple of different options. They'll have 4 different options. They'll show you, part of it is bus, but one of it is a possible rail. There's also money in the federal infrastructure bill to do a study of connecting Stewart Airport by light rail to Beacon, which would, be a better ride than going down the West Shore service line. But anyway, what I'll do is I'll set that up if there's interest by this board.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Are there any other presentations people are interested in? Please let us know. These policy board meetings tend to be short, so there's always an opportunity to bring another agency in to do a presentation.
You want to talk briefly? We also, Senator Scuba's got us some money for free bus rides down Newburgh.
Not sure we're ready to.
Oh, okay. Come back next time. Next month. Okay.
They have it ready for the casino in a couple of weeks. and-
Yeah, casino, I walked through it the other day.
Yeah, it's beautiful,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. They said 2,000 people per day are gonna go there.
During the week.
A
We're
week?
looking at, no, during
Oh, during the week,
2,000.
yeah,
We're looking
yeah.
at 7,000 on the weekend.
And the average typical demographic is somebody like me, 65 or older. It's amazing. So,
You don't know you're in a mall, you don't know you're in Newburgh.
yeah, I know, it's pretty incredible.
That's cool.
Okay, any other new business or anybody? Then let's go to reports. Any reports from the OCTC voting members?
City of Newburgh, the Route 32 Lake Street Bridge over the Passaic Creek is rehabilitated and reopened, repaved, restriped, and the contractor is working on some punch list items. So that was the bridge. We had a temporary bridge over for a number of years, about 8 years. So that bridge is finally nearing completion. It's
I
fully-
drove down there the other day. There's still a lot of work going on around there, though.
There's work going on to put steel plating on the sides of the bridge near the stream, so off the roadway,
Right.
and then a drainage structure on the east side of the bridge. The 3 lanes are fully reopened there.
Overdue.
Yeah.
It's great.
And then the Walsh Road Bridge over the Passaic, we received authorization to proceed to construction from DOT. Great news, and that's going to go out to bid in January, move to construction in the spring.
Good. It's good news. Okay, anybody else? Any updates? And let me just ask for other member reports. Go on, Rob first.
We had that at the last meeting. I mentioned the Middletown Service Redesign meeting that we had last week, and we got really good feedback on it. We're not officially ready to announce it because we have to do some tweaks, but the initial feedback from the folks in the room was very positive about the increase in service and coverage area. So that was good. We were on the right track with that.
Good. Thank you. Travis, anything from DPW?
Otisville Viaduct Bridge New York project, we're anticipating getting authorized for construction sometime in the future. That should be a 2023 construction project. And the Heritage Trail Segment 3, the survey's done, and we should be getting a draft design report upcoming weeks.
We also, DPW in Orange County, we have a lot of projects planned for around the county. So as a preview of coming attractions, there are a lot of things that are going to be happening in the next probably the building season. Some monies are from our capital program, some are ARPA, so-called ARPA money projects. And then we also had a pretty strong fund balance unassigned, and we're using some of those monies as well. So there's going to be a lot of DPW projects in the next 12, 15 months. So stand by.
Harry, I know Gil spoke to you last week. There's no way we can do something with DPW in the transfer station.
That's, you got to talk to Lee Benton and your other county legislators over there, Lujan.
I tried.
Yeah, what was the number? that
My
came back?
residents are
I don't
livid.
remember the total
I know.
numbers, it was steep though.
The number that came back for the rebuild was really high and it was rejected by the legislature. Personally, I go to Lamellis now, Marlboro, but
You see the dumping going on, Newburgh,
yeah,
even worse,
yeah,
that transfer station not being open anymore.
yeah. No, it's an issue, but go through your legislators and see what they want to do.
I was blown off by my legislators when I tried the other night.
Well, there'll be the appropriate time, the opportunity will be there one of these days. Okay, Stacy?
Reminder on the voting members.
Go ahead.
Okay. We sent out notice to all the towns and villages about selecting the voting members. So all municipalities in Orange County are members, where 8 members represent the town and village voting membership, as you know, on a rotating basis. So far, we've only received confirmation from one representative. So I'm just going to ask the members to, from the towns and the villages, to get together and select your representatives to serve on the Transportation Council. It'll be for the term of January 1, 2023 through December 31st, 2024. Where there are multiple towns within the sub areas, they have to reach consensus who will represent that area and then notify us, staff. So that needs to happen. We're gonna, I would ask if you can within the next week or so, try to get that together. We just want to be prepared for January when we have to see the council forward.
Can we send out an email to everybody backing that up?
Yeah, we'll send out a reminder. That's-
Anything else, Al?
And Mike, thank you for confirming for us. That's all I have.
Okay, State DOT?
Well, I do know that we did get, approval for our early start, to start the Route 17 exit 122, stage 2, to refresh those construction documents and the environmental review, because we're still holding that project to go into construction, this upcoming state fiscal year. But we're still working on getting approval to start the EIS.
Great.
Those are the two big ones, unless there's any other specific questions.
Okay.
We had 4 engineers from DOT sit with us a few weeks ago, 80 on 52, 84. Thanks. Familiar with that one? They're replacing that bridge.
No, Route 17. 86.
I probably know all
Yeah.
4 of them, but did they come out and meet with you?
Yeah,
Good.
you're gonna lump it with the Rockland County one.
Okay, okay.
I don't know how that works with the,
No, we do that quite a bit, put a few bridges together in one contract, so it's not uncommon. Oh, probably Eric Foster, George, and Roland.
Privy.
Yeah, okay, good.
Sandra, are there any updates on I-86?
You mean designating it or the EIS, environmental?
The EIS.
Yeah, we're still working on getting approval for the consultant to start. Once we get approval for the consultant to start, we'll probably sit down with the consultant, put together a schedule for the development of the EIS. You know, our goal is to get it completed within 2 years, but everyone says realistically that would be very quick to get an EIS completed in 2 years. So hopefully, no more than 3. And we'll be working closely with our Albany office on that because, you know, there aren't too many EISs that the State Department of Transportation has done over the past like 15 years. It used to be quite regular that we would have an EIS going, like in our regional office. I remember there was always, but over the past 15 years, because we're so focused now on preservation. But we still have a lot of experts in our Albany office that will help support that effort.
Thank you.
No, it's going to be a big deal when they get started.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any, when are they gonna approve the STIPs? Do you have any
I
idea?
have no idea. All
Please.
I know is that it has been with FHWA, I think now 2 weeks.
Oh, okay,
And they have typically a month to approve
Okay.
it.
okay,
So that's why
yeah.
yeah.
So hopefully by next meeting in January.
Oh, yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah, okay.
Do we have anybody from the Federal Highway on board today? No? Okay. All right, and then I guess, Olu, are you there from MTA? Do you have anything to report?
Nothing at this time. Thank you, Harry.
Okay, thank you. All right, am I missing anybody? Okay. All right, is there any comments on anything, any matters to come before this board from any of our members? If not, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Opposed? Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good job.